Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Wrestling Entertainment. This is Joel Perez here, and we are back here once again for another edition of your weekly episodic news show, Behind the Mic. And it is Behind the Mic, episode number 42, and we got a chaotic edition of Behind the Mic here because we're talking all the chaotic shit going on in the WWE right now. A lot of exciting things because of what's happened with the illness and people walking out and people taking leaves of absences. It's crazy what's going on in the WWE right now, and today is just going to be me talking about all those news stories, the biggest ones clearly being Roman Reigns out of the Shield match at TLC this upcoming Sunday, and Kurt Angle returning after 11 years being outside of a WWE ring and taking Roman Reigns' place in that matchup. And of course, Bray Wyatt also being taken out of his matchup due to supposedly the same illness that Roman Reigns is going through. And I was talking about this illness in my preview predictions, and I thought it had just impacted Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas and maybe JoJo, but now it's apparently impacted Roman Reigns as well, and they're both going to be out of their matches. And taking Bray Wyatt's place to face Finn Balor this Sunday is none other than Smackdown's very own AJ Styles. And that AJ Styles versus Finn Balor is very clearly a dream matchup. We're going to be talking about that because that is huge news. Broke yesterday on Friday afternoon. Crazy stuff. Internet going on fire. My brain going on fire just thinking, is this good? Yeah, I'm excited for it, no doubt about it. But I mean, is this good? Did WWE make the right decision? And we're going to be talking about that. And then you got this news of Nia Jax. What's the whole situation going on with Nia? She took a leave of absence. Alexa Bliss confirmed that, saying that Nia just needed time off. What's this whole situation? We got news on when she's going to return from this leave of absence, stuff like that, and why WWE granted it to her. So we're going to be talking everything concerning that. We did a extra video on Tuesday before Smackdown talking about that. Now we got further details. Then we thought it was for creative reasons that she left. That still could be one reason for that. That still could be a reason, so that's not false. But now we've got the updated story and we're talking about it right here on Behind the Mic. We also got news on Kevin Owens and him. This is official. WWE reported that he did go home from a tour in South America that WWE was having, and that he was sent home, and we're going to be talking about the reason why he was sent home. So clearly shit going on crazy with the WWE. A lot of superstars out of action. Nia Jax, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt are all out. Neville just left the WWE, or at least he's on hiatus, whatever the hell the situation is with Neville. So there's crazy shit going on all over the place, and we're going to be talking about it. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about all this stuff because it's chaotic. It really is chaotic. This is one of those days, this is one of those weeks where you're just like, what the fuck is going on in the WWE right now? And to be quite honest, we're just trying to piece the puzzle together here. We got a bunch of news stories regarding what I just told you with everything going on in the WWE. We're going to talk about it right here on Behind the Mic, episode number 42. But before we do get into that, of course, make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Hope you guys are enjoying that new Behind the Mic logo. It's a take on the old one, of course, but more pristine, more updated, more modern, sleek look for the Behind the Mic logo. Hope you guys are enjoying the look at that. And of course, make sure to go check out all the other content. Raw reviews, Smackdown reviews uploaded for this week on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. So the Go Home Show to TLC, the pay-per-view, I will be reviewing this Sunday. After that show goes off the air, we will be doing TLC review. Go Home Show, Monday Night Raw. We talked about it. The return of Kane. We're talking about the malarkey going on over there. Tuesday Night Smackdown, Jinder Mahal challenging Brock Lesnar to a matchup at the Survivor Series. Now, that's scary if you ask me. That is terrifying news, if you ask me. When we're talking about that on the Smackdown Live review. Before Smackdown Live on Tuesday, we had, of course, this Nia Jax story. We were talking about that very early take on that story as it was breaking. Now we've got more updated details. You have my career videos, episode 1 and 2, up on Monday and Wednesday. Third episode was supposed to go up yesterday on Friday. I failed to upload that. I had it done, but I failed to upload it. Wanted to leave it for a more remote time. Really wasn't going to do well with this story going around of Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt gone, and it's now Finn Balor and AJ Styles, and of course Kurt Angle returning to the ring. Short notice, and I find that to be a problem. We're going to talk about that. But of course, if you're enjoying what you're hearing here, make sure to go check out all the other content. Make sure to like this video. Of course, make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel yet. I do not know what you are waiting for. And of course, make sure to comment what you think about all this hectic news. I can't even speak here out of all the pandemonium that's going on. Sound like an old commentator. This is pandemonium. And it really is pandemonium. But for now, I want you all to stay tuned because we're going straight into the news stories. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is this first news story just coming out of nowhere. Kurt Angle will be taking Roman Reigns' spot in the TLC matchup this Sunday, 3-on-5, which was supposed to be the reunion of the Shield. And now the Shield reunion is on hold because reports claim that Roman Reigns has meningitis. WWE superstar Roman Reigns is out of tomorrow's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs TLC pay-per-view event. As reported by ABC News, Reigns apparently has a viral infection and will not compete. Reigns' withdrawal from the TLC event means that the WWE Network's plans for a reunion of the Shield have been thrown into disarray. Reigns has been due to join Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose in a 5-on-3 handicap match against Braun Strowman, The Miz, Kane, Cesaro, and Sheamus in a headline tag match. If Reigns' withdrawal from TLC is a shock, there is even bigger news about who will replace him on the TLC card. As reported on the official WWE website, Reigns will be replaced by WWE Hall of Famer and Raw General Manager Kurt Angle. His appearance on the WWE TLC card will be Angle's first competitive appearance in the WWE ring for 11 years. Roman Reigns is joined on the sidelines by Bray Wyatt, who was supposed to face Finn Balor in another match that the WWE has been hyping for weeks. According to CBS Sports, Bo Dallas, who has been off the screen for a few weeks, is the third wrestler affected by this mystery virus. Whilst no official comment has been made as to the nature of the virus affecting Reigns, some outlets, including Sports Illustrated, are suggesting that he may have contracted viral meningitis. Viral meningitis is an inflammation of the tissue covering the brain and spinal cord. It can be fatal in some cases, but most people recover on their own in around 10 days. The virus also causes fever, nausea, neck aches, and vomiting. Reigns' forced withdrawal from TLC will be a huge blow to the Monday Night Raw creative team, who reportedly see the Shield reunion as an opportunity for Reigns to win over the WWE Universe. Before the Shield split in 2014, Reigns and his Shield brothers were a popular attraction. When Vince McMahon split the tag team, it was part of his plan to push Reigns as the face of the WWE Network. Many wrestling fans thought that Reigns was being pushed too hard and too fast, and so began the journey to his becoming a sort of WWE anti-hero. As previously reported by The Inquisitor, many believe that the Shield reunion is the Raw creative team's attempt to give the fans a reason to love Roman Reigns. Those plans have been thrown into disarray by Reigns' withdrawal from the event. The return of Kurt Angle to the ring may be thrilling for fans. Angle is a 6-time world champion and one of the greatest performers of all time. However, Angle's inclusion in the TLC pay-per-view is not without risk. Angle is 48 years old, and the former Olympic champion has battled neck injuries for years. Reigns' withdrawal from TLC puts the Shield reunion on hold, so it remains to be seen how the Raw creative team will work the reunion into future storylines. So clearly, if WWE wants to do the Shield reunion later on at Survivor Series, they're going to do that. They're going to push this Shield reunion towards Survivor Series, and I can easily see that. I'm hearing rumors of it going towards The Undertaker and Kane and then somebody else in a 3-on-3. That could be something that they do, which I don't know how they would work that out. That's what I'm hearing right now is The Undertaker, and that's why Kane returns for this match, right? So, I mean, that's what I'm hearing rumors of. But this Kurt Angle returning, it's definitely exciting. It's definitely exciting to me that Kurt Angle's returning, but it does not come without its downfalls. I cannot wait to see Kurt Angle return, and we've been waiting for this for a long time. We originally thought it was going to happen at WrestleMania, but there are errors to this. I mean, why are you giving this away in such short notice? Isn't there anybody else you can put in that position? And I understand WWE wants somebody in that position who's going to draw. This reunion of the Shield was a big thing for WWE, and how are you going to replace that big thing now that it's not happening? I'm hearing people saying, why didn't you throw Jason Jordan in there? Why didn't you throw this guy, that guy? Because that's not going to create as big a buzz as if it was a real Shield reunion. Now that Kurt Angle is in there, now that Kurt Angle is returning, that's creating a big buzz as well. And it's like nothing changed, because before there would have been complaints if the Shield or if Rollins and Ambrose would have just teamed with the Jason Jordan. That wouldn't have been as big. It really wouldn't have. Now that Kurt Angle's there, you ain't complaining anymore. You ain't really complaining anymore. You're like, oh shit, we got Kurt Angle. You know what? This is probably even better. This is probably even better. So now that's on the line. Now that's on the table, right? So, but at the same time, didn't you want to build to a Kurt Angle return in the ring? Now you're just giving this away on a B-level pay-per-view that is TLC. That is a missed opportunity if I've ever seen one, bro. That is a money-making missed opportunity if I've ever seen one, bro. And the same can be said about AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, which we will talk about shortly. But another thing that I don't see a lot of people talking about here is the fact that if Kurt Angle does return at TLC, and originally we thought he wasn't even going to be cleared, there were a lot of people saying Kurt Angle's not going to be cleared, you don't know if he remains clean or not, this is kind of like the testing grounds for WWE to see if he can remain clean or not. And at the same time, he has a history of neck injuries, so is he really going to be cleared in a WWE ring? Well, now he's cleared. And you would assume that Kurt Angle would be wrestling on a part-time basis, similar to a Brock Lesnar or maybe even a John Cena. You would assume that, right? So is Kurt Angle really, while in a one-on-one situation with whoever it may be that he's feuding with, whether it's a Samoa Joe, whether it's Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, whoever the hell he's feuding with, there's a lot of dream matches to go off of there, but whoever the hell he's feuding with in this one-on-one scenario with that person, is he really going to be able to put and divert his attention into making this storyline special and at the same time be Raw general manager? I don't think so. I don't think WWE is going to allow it to play off like that. And if Kurt Angle is not going to be general manager of Monday Night Raw, he's going to need a helping hand there. And who has been out of television as commissioner of Monday Night Raw for months? It is Stephanie McMahon. And if that is the case, if Stephanie McMahon is officially going to take over Monday Night Raw again, holy shit, we are in for dark times. I'd much rather see Kurt Angle as general manager, bro, than seeing Stephanie McMahon, who is a nuisance to Monday Night Raw, who detracts the quality of Monday Night Raw each and every single week she's there, just cutting down superstars, burying talent left and right for no apparent reason. It's awful. Stephanie McMahon, the character of Stephanie McMahon is absolutely terrible, and if Kurt Angle does come back in this part-time role, it also could mean that Stephanie McMahon is going to come back, which is absolutely vomit-inducing, bro. It really is. It really, really is, and that is something that can come as a side effect to seeing Kurt Angle get in that ring, and I really don't want to see that, and I know you probably don't want to see that either, so just keep that in mind. There are downfalls to this. Kurt Angle, there's no build to him getting in that ring. It's just 2 days notice, there you go, let's pop him in there with the Shield. Yeah, it's going to be huge, yeah, it's going to be exciting, yeah, the match is probably going to be better now. Really, before there was nothing to look forward to on TLC, now there is. Now there's actually two things, and that leads us straight into AJ Styles versus Finn Balor here. But I'm excited to see Kurt Angle debut, make his re-debut pretty much at TLC. First time in 11 years. It's going to be exciting, but like I said, there are downfalls to that. But, of course, AJ Styles versus Finn Balor has also been announced on this goddamn pay-per-view, and I cannot be more excited for this. But again, there are downfalls to this happening here. There really, really are downfalls, and let's read this news article. Bray Wyatt out of TLC 2017 match. Finn Balor gets major replacement opponent. Shocking WWE rumors have hit just days ahead of the WWE TLC Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2017 pay-per-view. Bray Wyatt won't be Finn Balor's opponent. Instead, the Demon will have a surprising opponent making for a major dream match that fans may have been waiting quite some time to see. Here's the latest on who will be replacing Bray Wyatt against Finn Balor this weekend at the pay-per-view event. A report from The Sun on Friday relayed the news that instead of Bray Wyatt as Sister Abigail facing Finn Balor, it will be the phenomenal AJ Styles. That news has rocked the WWE Universe due to the fact that these are two former leaders to the stable known as Bullet Club in different professional wrestling organizations. It gives fans an amazing match to replace what was originally being viewed as a major gimmick with Bray Wyatt's voice changed Sister Abigail. The news was also confirmed via a report on the official WWE website. It creates a match that most fans would have expected to happen once the two superstars found themselves crossing paths on the same roster. However, the fact Bray has been out of action due to illness provides fans with an even more intriguing matchup than the ongoing feud between Wyatt and Balor. Styles is a former multiple-time United States champion and the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Balor has held the WWE's NXT Championship and the WWE Universal Championship, albeit for a one-day reign due to injury at SummerSlam pay-per-view. However, these two have also competed for New Japan Pro Wrestling within the past 5 years or so, and each has a history in the Ring of Honor organization as well. Finn Balor, also known as Prince Devitt, started Bullet Club in 2013 by aligning with Carl Anderson, Doc Luke Gallows, and the Young Bucks. Styles had a brief history with Shinsuke Nakamura while he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling between 2014 and 2016, and eventually became the newest Bullet Club leader. Now the two are set to clash in an exciting match in the WWE ring for the first time ever in their careers. If nothing else, the news will please a good number of fans who may have been displeased with the continued feud between Balor and Wyatt. And the latest installment took a turn for the cheesy in some fans' opinions, as Wyatt took on the persona of Sister Abigail by using a strange voice changer and other special effects on a WWE Raw segment. Of course, WWE may decide to make this into a teaser for the future and have Gallows and Anderson show up to spoil the one-on-one bout, making it a tag team match instead. WWE fans, who do you believe will win this epic match between AJ Styles versus Finn Balor? And yes, there's a lot of excitement going into this matchup as well. I cannot wait to see this match. I really can't. And I'm hearing rumors as well that this matchup is going to get a lot of time at WWE TLC, which really isn't a pay-per-view that has a lot of matches anyways. So these guys really should get a lot of time based on their in-ring and what they're going to do inside that ring as well. They should be getting a lot of time on this pay-per-view. This matchup should really go 40 minutes. This really should get 40 minutes. These guys should be in the ring in there for a long time, just putting on a barn burner, a matchup that we're going to be saying at the end of the year, God damn, this is a match of the year. This is what this matchup has potential to be, a match of the year. And that's where the complaints come in. That is where the downsides come in, because why would WWE give this matchup away? Give this matchup away on a TLC pay-per-view. You're telling me there's nobody else who could have stepped in and faced Finn Balor. You could have gotten somebody from NXT. And people are saying online that, well, if you brought in a Drew McIntyre, I was hearing Aleister Black as well, if you brought in an Aleister Black, that really wouldn't have been a big name. Nobody would know who they are. So make it an NXT showcase match. Make it an NXT showcase match. Have it so you fucking had these guys showing what they can do. And people are saying nobody would know who they are. Well, who gave a fuck to begin with about Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor? I mean, more people would be excited if you brought in an NXT guy to put in a barn burner of a matchup with Finn Balor, and you saved Finn Balor versus AJ Styles for when those two were on the same brand, for when you wanted to do that Bullet Club versus Bullet Club leader. When you wanted to do that, instead of saving it for that, for a WrestleMania build, for a SummerSlam build, for a major angle on WWE television, you're just giving this away 2 days' notice. Instead of bringing in an NXT guy who didn't have to lose. And that's another thing I was hearing. Well, you're going to have the NXT guy lose? Why would an Aleister Black have to lose? Why would a Drew McIntyre have to lose? They can very easily come in, put on a fantastic match, and beat Finn Balor. Finn Balor really doesn't have anything going for him anyways. A lot of people were speculating that Bray Wyatt was going to win anyways, so why would you have to bring in an AJ Styles, who on top of that is from SmackDown Live? You're really devaluing the brand split there by having AJ Styles come in from SmackDown and take the place of Bray Wyatt out of nowhere, unless WWE does go ahead and give their explanation, and they give it straight up if they say, well, Bray Wyatt, he got sick. Roman Reigns also got sick. So we had to put things together last minute, and AJ Styles stepped up, and he said he wanted to face Finn Balor, and you know what? We said, why the hell not? I mean, it's a dream matchup anyways. Let's give the fans what they want. Last minute, Roman Reigns got sick, and Kurt Angle said, you know what? I've been waiting for a time to make my in-ring return. He stepped up, and we said, let's give the fans what they want. Why the hell not? But I could very easily see WWE going for some bullshit reason and sugarcoating shit and just trying to get past it instead of giving you the legit reason. And that is where a complaint is going to come in. That's where the devaluing of the brand split comes in, because you've already done numerous things to devalue this brand split. John Cena and his free agent status, by the way. Instead of coming in legit and having John Cena, which he did say in an interview later on, from what I was hearing, that he did say in an interview later on, whatever the site was or wherever he was doing this interview, he gave you a legit reason. He said, I'm John Cena, I'm 40 years old, and WWE just wants to get the most out of me before I am gone from the WWE for good. So that's why I'm on Monday Night Raw. That's why I made this quick transition from SmackDown to Raw. But on television, he just said, I'm John Cena, I can do whatever the hell I want. Clearly a more softened up version of that, but you really didn't give us a valid explanation for that. And that devalued the brand split. Undertaker, earlier in the year, coming out and saying that he was going to stay on SmackDown Live and he was going to bleed blue or whatever the hell he said, and then you see him a month later on Raw, going into WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. It's absolute bullshit. It is bullshit. It really, really is. That's what it is. It's devaluing the brand split. Undertaker didn't need to go to Monday Night Raw. Why didn't he just declare himself on Raw to begin with? That didn't need to happen. But you, because you want to sugarcoat bullshit, because you want to have it all this WWE garbage, right? The WWE, it is devaluing the brand split. It really, really is. So now you have AJ Styles coming over against Finn Balor, and it's going to be an amazing matchup. Not complaining about that. I cannot wait to see this matchup. I will admit to you, I'm excited to see this matchup, but there are downfalls that need to be addressed, and they can very easily be addressed. It just depends, and we're going to have to wait till Sunday to see how WWE handles this, and hopefully they handle it the right way. Hopefully they do go about it that way. Because I can very, very easily see WWE trying to sweep shit under the rug, saying, oh, well, Bray Wyatt, he didn't feel up to the task, so AJ Styles came in. Like some garbage, right? So you got all this stuff going on. I mean, very, very excited to see Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. These guys are going to put on a match of the year contender, given what the both of these guys can do inside that ring. And I cannot wait to see it. Same thing with Kurt Angle's debut. I cannot wait to see it. But there are things that need to be addressed. And I think bringing in an NXT guy like Aleister Black against Finn Balor would have been a much better idea. It would have been an NXT showcase for Aleister Black. Would have been a big win for Aleister Black, and would have gotten NXT or people who only watch main roster, who only watch Monday Night Raw, saying, "Holy shit, that's what they got down in NXT. That's the type of talent they got down in NXT. I might want to check out NXT now." You could easily do that, but I mean, you put in AJ Styles, and now it's up to you to explain that properly, because AJ Styles is a SmackDown Live guy. His whole catchphrase is, "SmackDown Live is the house that AJ Styles built." Then why is he on Raw? Why is he on a Raw exclusive pay-per-view? Explain that, WWE. That's all I ask. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on here to the next news story. We got this news on Kevin Owens being sent home from a South American live event. He was sent home, and apparently he's not going to be working the rest of the dates on the live event, but he will be back on SmackDown on Tuesday, and he was sent home for personal issues. The real reason why Kevin Owens is missing WWE live events has been revealed. A few hours ago, the WWE Universe was absolutely shocked to learn about some of the major changes that have been made to the card for WWE TLC on Sunday. Kevin Owens being pulled from all the WWE house shows this weekend has been taken a back seat to the other news, but a lot of people still want to know the reason why Owens went home. The rumor going around is that Owens left WWE's tour due to personal reasons. The WWE Universe doesn't know what to think about that reasoning, since Nia Jax was just granted a leave of absence from the company, and it's not clear how long she'll be off the road. Kevin Owens is red hot after the match with Shane McMahon at WWE Hell in a Cell and Sami Zayn's heel turn. Now is not the time for him to take significant time off, but the reason for Owens' absence is because of a huge family situation. The WWE locker room is dealing with a major illness right now, but it's being said that Kevin Owens is not sick. Owens' time off was also approved by WWE officials, so there should not be any breaking news about him being the latest superstar to walk out on the company. The details of his family situation are being kept tightly under wraps, but the most we know is that the situation was absolutely unavoidable. Kevin Owens has just found himself in a situation where his family is going to come first. The expectation is that he should be back in time for next week's edition of SmackDown Live, but that is not confirmed. Based on some of the bigger changes WWE officials made for WWE TLC, they could figure out a way for Owens to be kept off WWE television for a few weeks if necessary. At the moment, the focus has been on Sami Zayn. SmackDown Live has already begun building towards WWE Survivor Series. As of this writing, there have been some rumors about the card. However, nothing has been confirmed on WWE television just yet. The expectation is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be featured together in a big tag team match of some kind, but a short leave of absence shouldn't change any huge plans for Kevin Owens, and he should be back soon. So, I mean, some family issues going on for Kevin Owens, and it's always unfortunate. I wish Kevin Owens the best in whatever the situation is with his family. I mean, you see all these superstars walking out, and you hear all these stories, especially this week of these superstars being gone from WWE. It was being thrown in that Bray Wyatt and his illness and him not being on television, because apparently he's been suffering from the meningitis, which is what we think it is. And apparently he's been suffering that for weeks now, right? So apparently that was being misconstrued as him leaving. Now we know he's with the WWE. Kevin Owens, earlier in the week, this story of him taking this leave of absence from the WWE, like Nia Jax, that was misconstrued as him leaving the WWE. Same thing with Nia Jax, misconstrued as him leaving the WWE. So it's very easy for somebody's mind to dwell and say, holy shit, is WWE, is the creative situation, is the money problem really this bad that all these superstars are walking out in the same week? Now it's being unraveled here, and we're starting to see the reason. Kevin Owens, family issues. Nia Jax, we'll discuss the reason shortly in the next news story. You got the situation with Bray Wyatt, he's sick. Now Roman Reigns, we didn't know about that one, and apparently now Roman Reigns is out as well. That's the most recent one, Roman Reigns. We didn't know about that one. But Kevin Owens, he will be back with the WWE in due time. For now, we just got to wish this guy the best of luck with whatever's going on with his family, because that is a very, very unfortunate situation for Kevin Owens. It really, really is, especially with all the fantastic things going on for him on WWE television right now. He's being booked fantastically. I mean, he got to beat up the chairman of the WWE, was just in a match with the boss's son, a very, very good Hell in a Cell matchup, getting to team, getting in a program with his real-life best friend, Sami Zayn, and they're pretty much the best thing on Smackdown Live right now. Things are going good for Kevin Owens in WWE storyline. Things are going very well for Kevin Owens. They're booking him fantastically. He's at the peak of his WWE career, many could say right now. Unless things are going to somehow get even better for Kevin Owens. I don't know. But he's at a very, very good point in his career, and it's very unfortunate that now this is getting plagued with family issues, and that's never good. It could lead to some maybe depression, and maybe he's not going to want to work as hard as he is right now. Maybe he's not going to have the energy within him. I don't know. It could lead to some personal issues that can lead to greater things. So hopefully this is just a one-time thing. Hopefully things do go well. Hopefully things do get better in his family in this quote-unquote unavoidable situation. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was some type of disease to somebody in his family. Maybe it was a car accident, something like that. I do not know, but something did go on in Kevin Owens' family, and I mean, it's very unfortunate, but hopefully it does not detract from what he's doing in the WWE, and hopefully he does get back soon enough, maybe by even this edition of SmackDown Live on Tuesday. Hopefully he does get back soon enough, and we can get over this entire situation. Not a good week for WWE as far as leaves of absences go, sicknesses, and of course family incidents, as we're now seeing with Kevin Owens. Hopefully that does get better. But for now, let's move on to what's going to be the final news story on this hectic edition of Behind the Mic, and it is with Nia Jax. Let's talk about this news with Nia Jax right here. And we actually have two articles, because there's one explaining why she left and when she will return, and one with Alexa Bliss, who is Nia Jax's best friend, giving us details about it. So, over the past couple of weeks, there has been a lot of confusion as to what is going on with a few superstars who may or may not be leaving WWE. But one champion is here to clear things up. Nia Jax hasn't been seen for a while, and the official word is that she has taken a leave of absence from WWE due to personal reasons. Well, current Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss wanted to speak on the situation with her friend and let everyone know the truth. It was reported that Nia Jax has allegedly walked out of Monday Night Raw due to being unhappy with her position in WWE. Pro Wrestling Sheet is reporting that she did leave Raw recently, and management granted her that leave of absence, but it wasn't known just how long she would be gone. Alexa Bliss is very close friends with Nia Jax in real life, and despite this leave of absence, they weren't going to stop communicating. The New York Post decided to find out as much as they could about the situation and asked Bliss about Jax's absence and what is really going on. Bliss said that she has talked about this whole situation a lot with Jax, and she even cleared up a few things without ever giving too much personal information away. Whatever she's going through, I wouldn't necessarily call it a leave of absence. She's taking some time off because our schedule is very grueling. It's very, very demanding. There are times where you are run down and your body can't do it anymore, and you get sick or you get injured from it and you get tired. So I feel like everyone needs a reset every once in a while. In NXT, I took a few resets, and it was never like public knowledge, but we all need them. We all take them once in a while. I'm happy when she comes back. I feel like everyone needs that refresher week or refresher moment. The Raw Women's Champion went on to say that they have been friends since day one in NXT back in 2014. They hit it off right away, and it is obvious that the self-proclaimed Team Rude has dominated Monday nights for a while now. When asked if Bliss believes her partner in crime will be back with her sooner rather than later, the champion was positive about that one thing. She said, "Absolutely no doubt in my mind." The recent string of stories regarding unhappy superstars in WWE has a lot of people wondering just what is going on backstage. First it was Neville who walked out, and it is currently MIA. Now Nia Jax is away for a while, and there are rumors of several others who are looking to break free as well. Either way, something is going on to have to be done, but Alexa Bliss feels as if there is no problem with Nia Jax and that she will return to Raw soon. Now, I don't believe that there's no problem with Jax. I believe Alexa Bliss for saying that she's been deteriorated because it is grueling. It's grueling, and Nia Jax really isn't used to that. She's still very new to the business as Nia Jax, starting around 2014-13 in NXT. It's still a learning process for Nia Jax, and it is very grueling for her, and I understand that. So if that is the reason, I understand that. As far as money goes, that's another. I don't think it's money. I don't think it's money. Nia Jax really has no position in WWE to be asking for more money. If it's creative, I understand that. Everybody should be fucking pissed off at creative. It's ridiculous. The creative process on Monday Night Raw is ridiculous, and I could understand if it's creative or if it's fatigue, because Nia Jax is new in the business, and I'm glad WWE offered her, or not offered her, but allowed her to go on this break, because really, WWE should be doing this more often. If a superstar is fatigued, you really should be allowing these superstars to take a break and come back better. It would make your product overall better, because these superstars are wrestling 300 plus days a year. It's gotta be taxing. It's gotta be. And a lot of other superstars can use a break similar to Nia Jax. I mean, she will be back soon, and I'm glad because of that. Because it's not that WWE needs her, but it is that she could be used. She could be used, and she's a bright talent. And I mean, you really shouldn't be letting these talents get fatigued like this. But moving on to the next article. It's the latest WWE rumors hold true. Then superstar Nia Jax will be back in the WWE ring soon after her leave of absence. The Raw Women's roster member has been on a hiatus to get some time away from the professional wrestling world. The initial stories of her leaving Raw sent shockwaves through the WWE universe that more and more superstars might be exiting the company like Neville had. However, after the initial rumors were cleared up, it was reported that Jax simply needed some time to rest up and recover from the grueling schedule and workload involved with being a WWE superstar. Now her return time frame is being rumored. As fans noticed on last week's episode of Raw, there were several women's roster matches on the show, but none of them involved Nia Jax. In addition, 3 matches involving women superstars were booked for the upcoming TLC Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2017 pay-per-view, but Nia Jax has no involvement in them. In particular, Emma was chosen to be Asuka's debut match, and Mickie James was taking on Alexa Bliss for the women's title. Those few things had created WWE rumors, along with online reports that Jax was frustrated with WWE and had walked out on the company. A recent report from F4W's Dave Meltzer broke down what really happened with Nia Jax leaving WWE for a short while. According to Dave Meltzer, Jax is just resting up since she wasn't figured into any major storylines, but according to those close to her, stories that she stormed off at Raw, she wasn't even at Raw to begin with. As for a leave of absence or is unhappy with her pay are all untrue. Original rumors suggested that Nia Jax had walked out of WWE Raw, similar to former WWE Cruiserweight Champion Neville had. When Neville walked out, it was due to being displeased with his booking, and there were many rumors that he was upset over his WWE pay situation. The Nia Jax rumors at first indicated that Jax was unhappy with her current lack of use in storylines, or that she was upset with pay. However, as Meltzer notes, it was simply a leave of absence. The good news is that her return is now being speculated, and it's coming soon. Nia Jax will be off a few more weeks and then return to participate in WWE's European tour that starts on Wednesday, November 1st in Glasgow, Scotland. That could possibly mean that Jax will be back on Raw episode just before that, or the Monday show following that European tour. Either way, it would seem she may have some involvement in next month's dual brand Survivor Series pay-per-view event. Jax has been with WWE for a few short years now, entering NXT in 2014 and arriving at the main roster just last year. She's yet to have a major championship run, but certainly seems like she is deserving of that in the future. Jax will also appear on the 7th season of the hit E! Reality television show Total Divas, along with her good friend from WWE, Alexa Bliss. The first episode of that new season also begins on November 1st, just in time for Nia's speculated return to WWE. So, there you go with that one. So, Nia Jax will be returning soon, and there's just nothing going on. It's according to her family members, who might be throwing things under the rug there. It's just that she's fatigued, and there's nothing with her storyline or money problems, according to them. I would choose otherwise and say there might be something with storyline going on there, but fatigue is gonna be what I'm considering the main reason for why Nia Jax is taking this leave of absence. And I mean, other superstars should be granted this on a more regular basis, if you ask me, on WWE programming. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the news right here on Behind the Mic. A shorter edition of Behind the Mic, but a jam-packed one, if you ask me. I hope you enjoyed everything that you heard here. Let's go into the closing segments. Here we are on the closing segments of Behind the Mic, episode number 42. I hope you enjoyed each and every single thing that you heard here. Like I said at the beginning of the show, make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling News channel. Raw reviews, Smackdown reviews, WWE 2K18, my career breaking news stories throughout the week. Behind the Mic each and every single Saturday. Pay-per-view reviews, pay-per-view preview and predictions, pay-per-view review like you're going to see tomorrow, and pay-per-view preview and predictions like you saw on Thursday. Huge news week for WWE and a huge video week for the Ringside Wrestling News channel. So if you do not want to miss out on anything in the future, best way for you to stay tuned to the Ringside Wrestling News channel is to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, I do not know what you're waiting for. Comment what you thought about all these news stories, because these are huge news stories. So leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your opinion. And of course, make sure to like this video if you enjoyed what you heard here. And of course, make sure to do all that fantastic content. Link to the top 10 videos in the description below. Twitter account of the same name where we live tweet Raws, SmackDowns, pay-per-views, NXT TakeOver specials, all that amazing stuff right here on the Ringside Wrestling News channel. So make sure to do all those beautiful things, because for now, this has been Joel Perez of the Ringside Wrestling News channel, and for now, I am out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow for your WWE Tables, Ladders, and Chairs TLC review and results.